Hey everybody, Pastor Ben here with you on Teaching. Wait, I've got the sign, right? Teaching Tuesday. I forgot last week. Welcome to Teaching Tuesday. First, let me just, as always, if I can be in prayer for you, please let me know how I can do that. Feel free to comment on this stream or send me a message. Either way, I want to be able to be in prayer for you. Let me share my screen with you here for Teaching Tuesday so we all get on the same page as we get rocking and rolling. Last week we were, I said I was going to be rolling through Romans, and we were talking about this verse here from Romans 1:20. Ever since the creation of the world, God's eternal power and divine nature, invisible though they are, have been understood and seen through the things that God has made. Which is pretty remarkable as Paul talks about all the ways that creation shows God's righteousness. There's that big word that Paul uses to explain the purpose of Romans, that righteousness means that God is good, God is just, and that we can see some of God's goodness through the things that God has made through creation, which is just remarkable. Now, I've been really reflecting this past week on, I want to show you a leaf here that I picked up. So this is a red maple leaf just from right outside the church parking lot. As this week is the peak leaf season here in the high country, I've been spending as much time as possible just basking in God's glory of the beautiful fall scenery that's all around us. And as I reflect on fall in particular and the changing of the seasons, that means that this leaf has to die. This leaf is in the process of dying so that more fruit can be produced. And that's just a natural pattern of life. Jesus says it this way in John's gospel. Jesus says, "Very truly, I tell you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit." And just how much this is a natural pattern of our world, a natural pattern of creation, a natural pattern of just the way the world works. It's a pattern of life, death, and resurrection. See that in Jesus's life, death, resurrection. We also talk in terms of Walter Brueggemann's framework. Richard Rohr picked this up as well, of order, disorder, and reorder as a natural pattern of discipleship, a natural pattern of how we are rolling through life, that things have to die, things have to go through disorder in order to get to resurrection, in order to get to reorder. So fall is a great example of that. This leaf has to fall off the tree in order that the tree might produce more fruit. As Jesus says, the grain of wheat has to die in order for more fruit to be produced. The earth has to go through this change, this disorder in order to get to reorder. So I'm guessing, friends, that most of us are in a season of death right now, a season of disorder. It's just the nature of 2020. We are grieving the loss of the way things used to be. We're grieving the loss, perhaps, of people we know that have gotten really sick, or friends and people who are close to us who have died. There's a lot of grief to be had in this year. And it's a period of disorder. It's a period of remembering that life is changing. Life has changed. Things that we used to do, we can't do those things anymore. And as difficult as disorder is, as difficult as death is, spring is coming. There's always resurrection ahead of us. There's always a process of new life being birthed all around us. So I hope that's encouraging. If you're going through disorder this week, if you're going through what feels like death, be encouraged knowing that God makes beautiful things out of dust, out of the disorder, and that resurrection and reorder are headed your way soon. So